Y'all ready for a good show tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? You guys are ready for a good show. Whoosha. How's everybody doing? Man, oh man, we're hanging out today. It's gonna be a fun show once AJ gets here. Right now he's working. He was getting some food, I know that, and it looks like his camera's not working or something. I don't know. It's just a black screen over here. Oh wait, there's something. There's some sort of light. There's something there. We're waiting for him though. Waiting on AJ wherever he is, somewhere around here. Stuff. How are you all doing today on this fine Sunday afternoon for you?
Woo doo doo.
Hang on, nope. Up there he is. And AJ's now here, just as darker than hell.
Back in black.
Mm-hmm. Cause I'm on a highway to hell.
Hold on.
Ugh. And our guy is on our way and stuff. He's just told him no rush, no rush. Cool, you don't see the light, sweet. Because my light's not in the same spot as it usually is.
I forgot you have a light. Light.
That light, I have this light. They're just not in the normal spots because I had to go and do Zoom for my grandma on Christmas. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, you told me.
So I had to take all of my streaming lights out of my room and stuff like that because apparently our upstairs still didn't have enough light for my camera.
What do you got, an F-22 camera?
It's just the computer cam.
Shit.
So I'm just like, God damn, what the hell? It's just how big the living room is too.
Oh, okay.
So that had to do with it and stuff. Well, how are you doing, my dude? How was your Christmas?
Same old. Same old.
Same old, same old. What do you mean? Chilling, hanging out, fam?
Yeah, I just got a little inebriated on Christmas.
Oh, did you? Did you?
Yeah, I was surprised that the gas station was open late, so I can go in there and get beer because I was waiting to get beer like all day.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, how late is late for you?
Well, I mean, it was open till midnight.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then it was open beyond that because I was 24 hours. So,
Sweet.
But I made it just in time for beer and just got wasted on Christmas. I think I got like, there was no beer. All there was left was a Budweiser case that had like Christmas cans on it. Mm-hmm. I was like, fuck it. I guess I'm getting that.
Sorry, I just cleaned my glasses.
And then didn't do much else, man. Just watched
chilled.
Just kick back, watched some nostalgic TV. That's it.
Nice. That's what you want. That's what you want.
Right.
Stuff like that. I mean, on Christmas Day, didn't do too much. Went over to my aunt's house for dinner and stuff, and ate and stuff like over there. But then after that, we just left and stuff. Yeah.
Man, then you hit the
That
tables.
was Christmas. That's Christmas Eve. That's a little bit different. Christmas Eve is when we actually do Christmas for my family.
Ah,
Oh, it's Bolsey. What's up?
Bullsy's here. Where in the chat?
In the
I gotta
chat.
bring up the chat. Something I don't got right here.
Yeah, you better bring up that damn chat.
Better bring up that damn chat.
Spelled that right, I think.
Yeah, here we go. Wow, I sound like shit. Do I sound like shit?
Not to me. Sound normal to me.
Oh yeah, it sounds normal.
I'm like, you sound normal to me. I don't know what you're talking about. And stuff. I'm like, we're just sitting here chilling, just sitting here hanging out, man. Like, I actually thought we sounded good. I don't know. I actually haven't heard the playback yet and stuff. Oh, here we go. Stuff. I want to welcome everybody of our guest of the day, our guy, Mr. Matt Dorado.
Oh
Hey,
shit!
What's going on, Matt?
You made it, man. What's up?
yeah. No, it's just we made it.
Yeah.
how are you doing? How was your Christmas?
It was, it's probably, kind of jacked like everybody else is, being that, we're all on freaking COVID lockdown, but we got to hang out with the family, so it's not too bad. You know, just kind of kept it quiet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get any new guitars?
Actually, I have.
I knew it.
There you go.
This is the newest baby. Let's see, go that way.
Ooh, that one's sexy.
Yeah, so
Zoom in on that.
I got that one just I don't know, a couple weeks before Christmas.
Nice.
So
Now,
What
does
kind
someone
of
get it for you?
PRS?
You buy it for yourself.
no, I bought it for myself. So let's
Yeah.
see if I can move out of the way. So it's the same builder that made the blue one up here and the
awesome.
kind of Hawaiian theme one. So it's GMP guitars. They're out of San Dimas.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So it's Dan Lawrence, who's probably more known for his paint work.
Okay.
So he does a lot of Zach Wilde's guitars. He does
Okay. Yeah, it was like that.
like
name
George
sounded
Lynch's.
familiar. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That
yeah.
name sounded familiar.
He did.
And stuff.
He did Lita Ford's the Stolich guitar. He did that.
Okay.
All the new Warren D. Martinis. He does those by hand.
Yep.
A few years ago, I know when Kiss went on like this 35 country tour. Paul Stanley comes by and says, "Okay, here's 35 guitars. I want the flag of each country painted on them." And we leave in
that's
2 months or something. So he's like, okay. So
Okay, sure.
all of a sudden he's got all these guitars to paint. Yeah, no, he's a great guy. Does fabulous work. Guitars are they're awesome.
That's awesome.
And and I said he's just a great guy. So
That's
You know.
35 hand painted like flags.
yeah. So if you go and look up, it's a DRL paint, I think, or DRL custom, something like that. DRL graphics, that's what it is. And you're just gonna look at some of the work that he's done, or you look him up on Facebook and Instagram and all that.
Oh wow. So
You'll see some of that.
Up.
Yeah. His artwork is just phenomenal, man. See, too bad the Hawaiian one's so far away.
I'm pretty sure.
you see pictures on my
John
profile.
might have one of his guitars too.
Well, he did, like I said, he used to work for BC Rich way back in the day. So I like a friend of mine up here that had one of it's kind of like an Air Force one, but like a World War II kind of theme to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I go, you know what? It's a Charvel, or it's BC Rich. And I was like, you know what? I 10-1 Dan painted this one. And so I sent him a picture, and he's like, "Yep, that one's mine."
No,
So I
it's,
think there's
our
only like
friend
40 of them or
John-
something.
Yeah, our friend John has a couple George Lynch guitars, like the ones that George Lynch used to own.
Good chance.
So it's a good chance.
So how are you
Well,
guys doing?
We're doing good, doing good. Just
Good?
hanging out and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I actually had a pretty normal Christmas myself, because all of our close family does live like right in our area.
Mm,
So we
yes.
didn't have too many people traveling like overstate or even out of the city.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, we're out here on an island by ourselves,
Mhm.
so all the
Mm.
families either up in Washington or down in California. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine
because
was
you're up there in Oregon right now, aren't you?
yeah, we're in Portland. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
nice,
Well, you want
badass.
to maybe introduce yourself and a little bit of what bands you play for?
Sure. So Matt Dorado. So about 10 years ago, we formed a band called Earth to Ashes. And so in that band, it's a three-piece kind of hard rock with some progressive elements. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on, I love my prog rock. So um, try and throw in some of that here and there. I'm in that band with Aaron Singleton and Mark Rainey, the bass player and the drummer. And I play guitar and sing in that band. And then I said that's been I think this is start of year 11 in January for that
Mm-hmm.
one. And then this past year I joined a friend of mine who was supposed to be the original other guitar player in Earth to Ashes, and we've been friends for I don't know 15 years or something, and just
Mm-hmm.
things just never worked out for us to play together. And so I joined his band, Splintered Throne, and they're more of a power metal kind of band.
Yeah.
Um, twin guitar harmonies and that kind of stuff. And so I joined that this year, and so it's writing a bunch of new material and trying to learn some of their old catalog. So
Yeah.
Nice.
And,
Nice.
how? So that guy was supposed to be in Earth to Ashes, and he got
yes,
instead?
yeah. When we first thought about putting the band together,
Mhm.
it was
Mhm.
me, him, and my buddy Angelo, who left the band. I don't know, a couple 3 years ago. He was the original bass player, and and this friend of mine's wife, Rochelle Parsh, was a hell of a drummer, and so it was supposed to be the four of us, and for some reason I forget what happened, but Jason had to pull out, and so it was just the three of us for a while, and then Rochelle kind of life got in the way, and it's that typical thing of the
Yeah.
spouse. It's all
Yeah.
super good about go and play music, and then they realize how much time it takes
Or
away
they
from everything
pregnant
else,
just
and
like
yeah,
yeah, it's just life.
and so he didn't appreciate that she was spending so much time with us. So she ended up leaving, and then we went through Jesus Christ. We went through I think 4 or 5 drummers after that, just trying to find somebody until we came across Mark. And Mark's been
drummers
with
the
us
hardest
like
to find.
5 years or something. Yeah. We tried to find a singer, couldn't find a singer. So Angela and I both can sing, so we're just like, oh, screw it, man.
Just do
We'll
it.
just do it ourselves. Yeah.
Very gung ho. Just
Yeah,
just do it yourself.
I'm a fan of like what your guys' stuff and stuff because I'm the Earth to Ashes that originally in Portland.
Yeah. I've been up here since '94. Right.
Now with Earth
Damn.
Ashes, did you guys ever play in the Bay Area of California?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We've talked about it, but it's that downside of living on the West Coast that everything's so spread out,
Right.
So
That's
it's just
what I've noticed too. Yeah. At least
Yeah,
the
we
big cities.
yeah, and so we just haven't been able to get it to pencil yet.
Mhm.
Without just saying, okay, we're just going to take a week off from work and fund it the best we can, and if we break even, great. If we don't, we'll just eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
downside
Yeah.
of my touring, dude.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I said especially on the West Coast where it's from here to the Bay is 600 miles. So
Exactly.
you figure it's I kind of calculated it at like 50 cents a mile. So it's $300 in gas just to get down there.
Damn, you good at that?
It's like
so
I got it all planned.
yeah.
Planning
Which
it
is
for
that's the best thing to
years.
do.
Yeah, because I know like we'll go and play, like say Spokane or that kind of area, and it's $150 just in gas. And so that's kind of when we get there, I'm like, just buy a CD, buy a shirt, help us out. Every shirt's like 50 miles down the road, so give us help us
Merch
out.
goes a long way when you're selling on
Yeah,
the road.
well, that's the only way you're going to make money. I mean, we're just a local band, and so it's we're not, no one's paying us yet to any kind of guarantees, so
So when it,
you got it.
I was say when did you start jamming as a
so
did you pick guitar right away?
yeah. So I got my first guitar when I was 4.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And then
Full scale or mini?
No, it's a little short one, little acoustic. It's in the garage. I still have it.
I still have it. Nice.
What?
Yeah.
God,
Yes.
that is awesome. I wish I still had my first guitar.
Yeah, so I had that one. I played that one until I was probably 12. It's a 3/4 scale guitar. And then around around 12 I started branching out, and through high school and college, I played saxophone also.
My guy.
And then but guitar is always kind of where the passion's been. So
Yeah.
Can you play sax?
Yeah, I feel that one.
Alex, did you play saxophone too?
Yes, I did. All the saxophones, bassoon, marching drums, and stuff. I became the drum captain my senior year of high school. I was all over the place when it came to music.
Oh, nice.
But overall, guitar is is one that won it all.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in it was my 8th grade year, they had the whole band was set up, and then there was Matt over on the side, and so it was okay, so on this song we're playing guitar, on this song I'm playing trombone, and this song I'm playing saxophone, and this one's a piano, and just kind of had my own section.
Yeah,
so
I was I literally would just have to get up from where I was in the middle of the band and just move to the other sections no matter what I played and stuff. So I'd be sitting in the middle of a concert, be playing my bassoon. Then for the last 2 songs, I just set it down, get up, walk across the front of the stage, say hi to my director, and be like, hey, and stuff, and go over to my bass guitar and stuff like that, and be playing rock bass for the rest of the songs.
That's funny. Yeah, we had a really cool. My 7th, 8th grade band teacher he was a dude. It's just kind of this really hip cat, sax player by nature. One of the funniest guys I ever met.
He was
just great.
He just played everything, but it's just he was the '60s guy that was just totally it. Then my high school director was like but you were saying. You were saying about him, he's like a hip cat and stuff like that.
Yeah. So he
Turn
would
up a little bit, Alex. By the way, just a little bit. A smidge.
So he would so he would bring in we'd play Doors tunes and Jefferson Airplane and stuff like that. He would transcribe. So yeah, he was a cool cat.
Cool cat. Awesome. So you grew up in the school band era and stuff like that.
Yes, when you could still have band in school.
Wait, what?
You
can't have band in school no more?
Well, it's not as prevalent, I guess.
Oh, okay.
We still have it up here. Our high school still has it, but it's not like it was.
Yeah. Music programs in schools are not the same as they used to be.
No.
They wouldn't save it, I guess.
But yeah. So, but that was like I said, down in the Bay Area, and then we moved up here. I said 94. My wife and I have kind of been up here ever since.
Nice. So were you in bands so you started playing guitar at such an early age? Were you trying to form a band in high school and stuff like that, trying to do the one of those? Oh
yeah. Through high school, played in a couple different ones through after high school, and then different bands. So not only rock bands, but I played in this Portuguese band. So we would play a bunch of Portuguese festivals. And so we'd play, some Brazilian jazz and some bolingues and I would have to, I would sing, but I had to write everything out phonetically because I don't speak Portuguese. So, and you had people that are like, oh, your Portuguese is really good. And I'm like, if I don't speak a lick, man.
I had to sit here for like 2 hours, like with one like line.
Yeah, just write it all out phonetically.
Yep.
And then I played in like a Latin rock, kind of like a Santana kind of band, which it was like 8 people, congas and all that kind of stuff. That band did really well.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that was a fun band. But I was 22 maybe. Everybody else was like 35.
And they were still partying like they were 22 probably.
And they had, that band had issues, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That band had
kind
issues.
of bands always do.
Oh man, yeah. There's just drug problems and drinking problems and wife problems. It was like every day was drama.
Just had the mixture of everything.
Yeah, but man, that was a good band. Oh, that was a good band. We played a lot. That was when we played a lot in San Francisco, and we played maybe 2 years at every Friday and Saturday at this place. It was called Bay Jones. Or Bejones, probably.
Okay.
But it was I'm trying to think where. I don't remember exactly where. But I said every Friday, Saturday.
I know everything of San Francisco.
It'll pop into my head in a minute.
Just at some point.
Yeah. But we would play there every Friday and Saturday, and then we'd play other different festivals and stuff.
Nice.
But that was a damn good band. And then when we moved up here, I took like maybe 10 years off from playing anything, and just because we just had to work and kind of make our way. We were broke ass, so just the wife and I, and like seriously broke. Yeah, like you get paid, you pay your bills, and you don't get paid for 2 weeks, and you got like $35.
Right.
That you have to use for food and gas.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, we used to live right on the border. We lived in Vancouver, Washington, which is right on the border from Portland. And we didn't have long distance, and my wife worked at Intel, and so I would drive over the border to the truck stop, and it was only 25 cents to call her, as opposed to a few dollars. Because we just couldn't afford it.
Yeah, now that's I see why you would do that, because I just went up to Portland up in August and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
I had a friend's wedding and stuff like that.
Nice.
He had his wedding over in Lincoln City.
Okay.
But after that I ended up staying I stayed 2 days in Portland, but that was like in the middle of all the riots and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But I stayed at the the Mark Spencer.
Oh yeah. I know exactly what's that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and totally nice. So no problems in that area.
It's like 11th and Market.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
This is like a week before the fire too.
Yeah, it's all the fires and stuff. Where was it? Oh, it's in one of those things. But I was actually right there in that river section that completely caught on fire by the arson.
Oh, by the Clackamas?
Yeah, and stuff, because that's where we spent for the bachelor party and stuff. We were just going around through the state from Eugene to Lincoln City, and we were stopping at a bunch of places, and that's where we stopped for the river. And we stopped there, and then the day I left to go to Portland and stuff, someone texted us when we're heading there and stuff, and it's like, dude, the whole place we were just at is completely on fire right now.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, whoa. But I'm from California, so...
Yeah, it was the air was just thick, man. You couldn't see hardly anything. It was crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah. No, yeah. And then like California was on fire at the same time. It was
just,
the whole West Coast is on fire.
The whole West Coast was on fire because they had stuff up in Washington too.
And then I looked at a fire map, and it looked like the entire US was just on fire, except the West Coast was just being reported on like more.
Yeah.
But in other
just our
like
area.
rural areas, you could see like all these fires going on. I was like, damn, like there's just a fire every day.
You're gonna hear more about like your area and stuff like that, and then you were just hearing more about from me, because I went up that way, and then you hear all the stuff from me and Luis. So But
Go for it.
someone gonna say anything?
Go for it. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask Matt, like, how do you see touring gonna change in the future compared to how it was in the last couple of years?
Oh shit, man, it's gonna be fucked. Yeah, I mean, Oregon in itself, the governor just extended our stay at home until June. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Mine's only for 4
So
more
yeah,
days,
I don't know. I mean, I've talked to, different people, who are, like the bass player in Splintered Throne. She's her and her husband are both touring musicians. I mean, that's how they make their living. And they're just like, it's a lot of streaming. They're not sure when things are going to come back. The venues are doing their best to, the ones around here, just to kind of create space, and it's even that thing of, is even if things get opened up, how many people are going to feel comfortable coming out?
Right.
I mean, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 years before, things kind of get back to whatever the new normal is going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be years from now, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, do you see something like Vakken happening? I don't know.
And even when it comes
it's
back,
hard.
like I guarantee you, a lot of the venues won't be there.
That's where.
That's the other things. We've lost quite a few. But
It depends
on
on
the other
where
side
you
is-
live too. I think.
Yeah, but there'll probably be some that'll be gone. Just like there's going to be a lot of restaurants that are going to go out of business. But when this all comes back, then there are going to be new places that are going to pop up. I don't know. It's possible. But yeah, I don't know. You see, I'm seeing tours booking for like,
Just
May,
next year.
June, July, August, but yeah, I don't know.
No, there's
Yeah.
the large festival here in California, Aftershock,
Right.
Yeah.
and yeah, it's still booked for next year because it got canceled this year.
Right.
So it's for me personally. Even the main headliner, Metallica, even said like, we don't know. Like,
Yeah.
so when your main headliner for 2 days of the 3-day festival is saying they don't know, like, if they're actually going to be playing, yeah, it's hard and stuff.
Yeah.
See, small
And
bar
that was-
gigs I think will come back first.
Yeah, that's as a local band, that's what we're hoping for, is that the big acts aren't going to be able to play, and so there's going to be
This is where the
more
big-
opportunity for us smaller bands.
Step up.
Right.
Looking.
So
Yeah, because I'm also looking at it because I'm working, like, I work sound engineering at one of the local venues here and stuff, and we've just been closed, minus we, like, opened up for a little bit when everything did start opening up back up, but they didn't open up the shows and stuff. They only opened up just the bar section just to make money. But there was there was actually quite a few people that always came out and stuff. They were ready to come back out, at least in my area. But I've seen other areas where it's just, it could be a ghost town.
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So now you got me thinking about that darn Bay Jones place. I'm trying to think of where it's at. Open up my other computer because I know I have it on that one. But yeah, so we'll see. I was really bummed because there were some really great shows that were going to be coming around. Like, I was really pumped for the Symphony X. It was like Symphony X and Gus G and Primal Fear, which I thought would be a freaking great show. Caligula's Horse was coming over for the first time. That'd have been a great show. I know we had tickets to go see Primus again.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the last tickets I had for was Ginger and stuff in the Bay Area. Stuff. And yep, it was 2 days before my birthday back in April and stuff, and then that got shut down a long time before that.
Yeah.
So but ever since then, I have not wanted to buy tickets either for anything, just because I don't want to. That's the other thing. Who wants to put their money into something right now that they don't know is going to happen?
Right.
Shit.
Right.
and then like sporting events and all this shit. Like, that's gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do it. They should do that. I heard that they're gonna have to go do COVID tests for every person.
Right, that's the other thing. Live Nation,
right?
Yeah, Live Nation's now going to be requiring COVID testing before you can come into the concert. But now it's also probably with the vaccine too. I think you have to have the vaccine. You have to be tested within 48 hours and stuff. That's one of the new things to be coming back into Live Nation venues.
I can already see now when NAMM comes back, we're gonna have to get all that shit checked.
Well, you'll most likely have to get the vaccine if you want to get back to NAMM.
Right. Yeah. And what are they going to do? They're going to limit it to, I mean, I think their tickets were like, what, 100,000 people? So they're going to dial it back to 50?
Right there.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do they choose who now doesn't come? Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, they just don't do that. They just don't open the doors to everybody on the third day.
Well, that's the thing is like
day.
that was like what really would put it over that 100,000. Now, what do they? That really true 100,000 was everyone from around the world and stuff. Because that's the other thing. NAMM's such a worldwide event, not just a U.S. event.
Yeah. We should actually talk about NAMM.
Oh yeah. Hey, Matt, how did we actually meet?
Oh shit! Here we go again.
AJ, do you maybe want to talk about that story?
Man, I was drunk. I wasn't there. I wish I was there.
So Bay Jones used to be at 1062 Valencia.
I know exactly where that is.
Oh, okay.
And it is. And as I'm looking, it is called the Marsh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I know it. Yeah, it's because the Marsh is literally, it was like 2 or 3 doors down from the City College campus.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's like the middle campus and the Mission.
Yeah.
And so not the main campus. But that's where I went for one of my classes and stuff like that for audio production. So that's where they actually had the radio station for the school.
Going back to NAMM though, I'd like Matt to tell that story because you know what, Alex and me and Alex have told this story quite a few times on the channel. But we want to hear. We want to hear from the man.
let's hear from the man himself.
Well, as I remember, it was like after we were walking back to the hotel.
So this is not after NAMM exactly. This is after the parties of NAMM.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. See, we got there on Tuesday, so it's probably maybe Thursday or Friday night, something like that.
Mm-hmm. It was Saturday night.
Was it Saturday night?
No, Friday night. It was Friday.
Friday night. Okay.
Yeah, Friday night.
But we were kind of done hanging out and kind of going back to the hotel, and we're walking, and there's this fucked up, jack cracked, nasty looking phone laying on the ground, and so I picked it up,
completely turned on, open.
Yes, yeah, it was on. Luckily, it was on, or you'd have been screwed. So it was on, and so then I just was like, okay, so I just went to like the last text messages and like Facebook Messenger, whoever the last messages were, and just like, hey, I found this phone. If you know how to get a hold of, whose phone it is, then here's my number. And then I think you guys called like later on that night or the next day, and got it back to you.
You want to hear our side of that story?
Actually, we can show you our side of the story because it's on video.
I do remember that there was some of the text messages or the Facebook messages. There was one chick that was very angry.
No, that was my chick.
That's his girlfriend. I remember. She was very angry. As I read the messages, I was like, "Oh yeah, the homeboy he's in trouble."
Yeah, because he's from Texas and stuff like that,
right.
and he's
San Antonio?
never.
Yeah,
so he's never been over here and stuff like that to California. And he was borrowing his girlfriend's phone because that was the one that had service.
Yeah. So this other one that I had that I saw the thing on was this phone. So I saw it on this phone, and I was like, wait, I never. It says you put a
No, wait, no, AJ. I know, no, AJ.
add
You're
story on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And
No, I
and
checked it with
says-
my phone and saw it on my Facebook. That's how we found it. But what happened is we were coming out of NAMM. We had our friend Ola England and stuff
Oh
from
yeah,
Feared
yeah.
and the
I
Haunted
know Ola.
and stuff.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were doing his YouTube member meetup and stuff over at the House of Blues. Hung out with him. Basically, it was you buy drinks, he buys us dinner and stuff.
Nice.
And it's like with like 30 people, and. Cool. So after that, we then met up with some of our other friends watching Larry Mitchell over at
Larry's
the
a great
Marriott.
guy.
Yeah.
He is one of my favorite people in the world.
I've
Such
seen
a
it in his
nice
stream
guy.
every time he's streaming Tuesdays, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Great
Tuesdays
great
and
player,
Sundays.
and just one of absolutely the nicest people you will ever come in contact with.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing guitar player, nicest dude in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And stuff.
Yeah.
But like after that, he went off to go grab one of our friends a beer from the bar and stuff. And I've already been buying him drinks all
That was
night.
the same day. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the night. That is that night, because that's when you lost your phone. Was the night you were really drunk.
Hey man, them tequila.
We partied hard on NAMM this year. Like we took turns though.
Yeah. I think
Sorry,
I think we actually kind of dialed it back this year.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
See, this was like the first time I was actually able to drink legally.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm only 22.
Okay.
So I turned 22 in April of this year. So it was like, all right, my NAMM first time 21 and stuff. But
nice.
But we went over and I saw Larry Mitchell. I was hanging out with my friends. He went off to go get him beers and stuff. Never shows up until never shows up and stuff. I'm then trying to find him. I get taken by Corey of Trivium and stuff to go smoke. And we went outside and smoked. And then when I came back in, I finally found him. And then we did our normal. I was live streaming on my phone on the way back to the NAMM because we'll just do an after stream live stream. But then we started running because I'm like, all right, faster we get to the hotel, faster we can get on my computer to actually stream. And all of a sudden we start running, and you just see him in the stream drop his phone.
No, but what happened was I turn around and I start walking backwards, and I'm walking fast, and you go, hold on, it'd be better if I start walking backwards and you're just walking forwards. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then you just hear my phone just hit the ground, and we just fucking keep walking.
We get over because where we were staying was behind Disneyland and stuff. So one of the days in, you go back like one street, and then you just follow the whole backside of Disneyland.
Right.
And we're sitting right in front of right a block away from like one of the large hotels, and we're right outside of an employee entrance of Disneyland. And he's like, I can't find my phone. I can't find the phone and stuff. And just plops down, sits down, and just drops his backpack and upside down and dumps everything out of his backpack.
I barely remember that, but now I do.
Yeah, because I was yelling at you to get your ass up and let's go to the hotel. And then when we got to the hotel, I check my phone and I see that there's a Facebook story of AJ. And I'm like, did you post on your stories? He's like, no.
I was like, I've never done that before. How do you do that?
And it's like, hey, I found this phone. My name's Matt Dorado. If you can call this number. And I was like, hey, dude, someone found your phone.
I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
I was fucking passing out already on the stream and shit. Like by that time, and I think we woke up. That woke me up.
I think
somebody found your phone. Oh shit! So like that whole next day, like I was just like,
for help, go to your Alexa app.
Don't.
What? Go to your Alexa app.
What's going on with Alexa?
I got a new Alexa Dot for Christmas, so
I didn't say Alexa.
I thought I did. It's because it's been having problems connecting my internet since I'm so far away. And for my computer, I use an Ethernet cord. So,
but yeah, thank you so much for finding the phone. That's how we met. And then the next day, I said, "Hey, we're gonna run into each other." I think we ran into each other upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, I finally texted him. He was like, "Hey,
okay, we're back
this
here,
phone?"
So, yeah. Like, okay, we're back. So, just let me know.
Yeah.
And then we met each other upstairs, and then I was like, "Let's meet downstairs, and I'll get you
beer.
I'll
Let's
get you a beer." So it took like 2.5 hours, but randomly we meet up, and there's a beer station to my left, and I was just like, "I predicted this moment." So, like,
That's true. It was like we met up. He told us to meet him. No, we met him upstairs.
You said you were gonna go do a few
by
things,
Jackson,
and then
right?
Yeah, it was up.
Just by-
Yeah, up around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up by the. I was all in the car, that little hall of guitars
Yeah,
in that
it was
one
like-
place.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
yeah.
there's like no beers up there, no beer.
Well, they had those
serving.
little beer stand things.
The little ones. I don't
The
remember.
little
that.
ones with the big lines.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah. What you do is you go to the third floor because it's not as busy, and you hit those guys, and you tip them good, and they'll make your drink a little bit stiffer.
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah.
It's that, or you go over to the audio building and stuff. There's
Oh,
never
yeah, yeah.
anyone in those. Never anyone at those bars.
You just get to know them real quick, and
Mhm.
they'll start throwing you more alcohol than you could fucking throw up.
So, what were some of the things that you checked out at NAMM? Stuff like that this year,
Oh,
if you can
let's see.
remember.
Well, usually when I go, it's for a few. I have like a few things on my mind. One is to make sure I see Dan with GMP,
Right.
and then I go make sure I go by them. Well, of course, they didn't have the booth; they changed their distribution. But I'm a Morley artist, so
okay.
try and get by and see them. Because they're in Chicago, I don't get to see them very often. They're another one of those companies that they take care of you really, really well.
Right.
And you just feel like family with them. With all of them, Bill and Matt and Nancy and Tom. And so I always make sure to see them. Then I also have you go see the guys from Spurzle.
Nice.
And then this year we wanted to make sure we talked with the new owners from Locket Straps.
Okay.
We both use Locket Straps, and they were a kind of a smaller mom and pop shop, and then they sold out to a little bit bigger distributor. So we're like kind of introducing ourselves to them, and just making sure they knew who we were, and that kind of thing. And then from there, a lot of times I just kind of go and see just what new guitars are going on, and excuse. And then, but as far as the show itself, not too much. I mean, that's pretty much it. And the rest of it's for me. It's just a lot of social.
Right.
Trying to the people that you only get to see once a year. Like Ben Eller and Andy Wood and Ola and Matt O'Ray. These are people you just see once a year, and you get to say hello and how's it going, and the shows. I really like going down for the shows. I try and get there Tuesday, and then leave on Monday or Tuesday, because there's always something great going on. Whether it's the
I'll be right back.
We went and saw a couple years ago. Went up to Hollywood, saw Marty Friedman, and a friend of mine's band, Points North, opened for them, and so we got to see them. Went to, I think it was like that M3 one year, which was Andy Timmons. Who else was on that one? Andy Timmons, Mark Lettieri was on that bill. I have to think about who else was. There was like 6 bands. It was like 6 hours, 6-hour show.
Okay.
But I've gone and seen Paul Gilbert, and just the shows are just it. Tower of Power. And then like this year we got to see Animals as Leaders.
Oh, nice.
Did you not see that show this year?
No. Which one? Where was that?
That was Saturday. No, wait. Thursday night, I think. I think it was the Thursday night show. It was supposed to be Sarah McLaughlin. And then she had to cancel, and so they were like, "Well, who we get?" And then so Animals as Leaders played, and that was fabulous.
That's probably why I didn't
out
hear
that big center stage in the middle.
Oh, okay. Oh, huh. Maybe we did hear them then, because we were just right there.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like just right around that area, either right at the Hilton or right at the Marriott. We were just right there, either at one of the two or in between.
Yeah. So they played that. It was like 6 or 7 o'clock.
How did we miss Animals as Leaders?
They weren't on the schedule.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why. I think we were going to do other stuff, and then if it was on like that Thursday, stuff like that,
I think it was Thursday or Thursday or Friday, one of the two.
I think I was inside. I think we were inside the Hilton most of that night, and I was sitting there just watching the little local, like little smaller band from in there.
Right.
Stuff, because there was just this really cool band. It was like they're not exactly like a rock or something like that, but it was like a rockish pop punk band and stuff. But they also like used just a different instruments and stuff. They would use like flute and accordion, stuff like that, mandolin and stuff like, and just like little different instruments. I was like, oh, this is cool, and it just sounded. They were really good. That was the other thing. I'm just like, hey, this is good music at least. So,
yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I don't even remember where that was, where Animals played at.
They played in the center stage, the big center stage.
Mm-hmm. Really, really big one.
Where Tower Power played?
Where Tower Power played, yeah.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the second time I saw Tower Power there.
See,
I grew up. They're like the soundtrack of my life. I almost can't remember not having Tower Power in my life.
Dude, I just kept saying it, Tower Power and Macho Man's voice all night.
We used to listen to a lot of Tower Power band. That was one of my band director's favorite bands and stuff. So it was like we always listened to it.
Yeah. They've always been part of my life.
So how long have you been going to NAMM then?
I think my first one was like 2011, 2012, something like that. So not as long as I had wished. I had always wanted to go, and just with life and just being completely broke when we moved up here as younger and stuff, I just never did. So, is what it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get to go again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was always broke, so could never fucking afford to go. And then all of a sudden I just fucking started saving my ass off, dude. Just fucking saving all this money just to go. I think I even got a loan out just for extra cash, and I still didn't have enough. But I was like this year I'm gonna prepare myself, and I did prepare myself.
Yeah, we had everything already prepared. We had our hotel already booked and everything.
I
already had my budget ready.
Yeah, it was all booked, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, COVID put a tamper on a whole bunch
we
of
were
stuff.
also staying like maybe a block away from NAMM too.
Oh, instead of walking that 2-mile walk or mile and a half or whatever.
You guys were at the Days Inn?
Yeah,
we stayed at a Days Inn.
Okay.
That was across from like an Arco. I think you were like a block or two from us, a little bit farther, weren't you?
You guys were so when you went, so you came out then you went to the right and down Catella.
Yeah, we went down.
We went down past the World Mark and all that.
So you would go out the Days Land, turn right down Disney Drive or whatever it was called, and then
we stayed
take a left on Catella.
So I think the one I think the one that he's talking about is the one that we were going to stay at this year. That's closer.
Oh, okay.
Because we stayed like right on the corner of like Walnut and Catella.
No, I can look up.
Okay, that was further. Over. Yeah, that was further down. That was by that fucking restaurant that was being repaired, right? And then a little bit further down was Mari's restaurant, Italian.
There's like an Italian place and an Indian place kind of right next to each other.
Yeah.
And the liquor store.
Yeah, the liquor store. Yeah.
Yeah, the liquor store. We'll put it in terms you can relate to. So we were right across the street from the liquor store.
Okay, yeah. Where we stayed was at the corner of Disneyland Drive and Westball Road.
You had to walk all the way down to
West
Ball
Ball?
Road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Dude, but I
Yeah,
was
that's
walking
why.
fucking fast.
Where
though.
if you know,
Yeah.
that's literally you're just walking the length of Disneyland.
Right. Well, see,
But-
I know that
It's
walk
the length of
because
Disneyland.
the second or third year we were there, Queensryche was playing at the House of Blues there at Disneyland. So
Yes.
my buddy Angelo went to go get a ticket, and on his way there, so I dropped him off. So we had a car, so I went down there. I dropped him off, and then as he was walking over there, he came across this like folded up piece of paper on the ground. And he just picked it up, and it was a ticket that someone had bought and dropped it. And he was like, so he came back and he was like, hey, this is what happened. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, okay, so I'm a big karma guy, so let's at least let the people know. So I gave him my ticket, and I just said, okay, so I went up to the ticket and I said, if someone comes up here crying like they lost their ticket, here's my number, call me, I'll give them back their ticket and I'll buy another one, just because I said karma come back and bite you in the ass. But no one said anything. So, but that was just so cool because, just all of a sudden, bam, there's a ticket laying on the ground.
Found a golden ticket.
Yeah.
Hey,
But that walk down from, because we were staying on the other side of the, almost on Orangewood on the other side of the convention center. So that walk all the way up to Disneyland to the park where it's like across from the Disneyland Hotel. That walk was fucking long. So
Yeah, you'll find a lot of stuff on the floor at NAMM, apparently.
I did see you had my boy Mancuda on the show too.
Oh yeah, that's
Mancuda.
who I was talking about earlier. My friend John, who has the George Lynch guitars. That's who it was. John Mancuda.
Yeah. John knows Dan. John knows Dan really well.
Yeah, we know Mancuda. We know Mancuda really well. We go to. I've been to dinner with him now twice at NAMM this year. But it's because he's a part of that Johnny Bean show. I've been friends with Johnny Bean for a couple of years now and stuff.
Okay.
And I used to live not too far from Johnny. So
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I think through Dan is kind of how I met John.
yeah, that makes sense because John is a major collector of guitars all over the place. He has George Lynch guitars, CC DeVille. He's almost guitars from every person you know.
That's probably why when I typed in the website, my computer had already been there, so it went straight there. So I was like, "Wait, what?" So I guess we did talk about that on Mancuda's. Yeah,
could be. Yeah, he cracks me up.
Mancuda is so funny.
Yeah,
his Kiss mom. Oh shit.
Yeah, he cracks me up.
You got to come out to dinner with us then. If you know him, you got to come out to dinner with us. We do that. We do dinner. He does dinner every night at Mari's during NAMM.
Okay.
And it's this really bomb Italian place that gives you a bunch of food for really cheap, and it's like a block from the Anaheim.
Dude, it was so good, dude. The lasagna.
Yeah.
I've never tasted lasagna that didn't have burnt cheese in it.
I saw every single
like
person say they loved everything. I didn't see a single person not clear a plate. Like,
yeah. I saw everybody clear their plate twice.
Mari's Italian restaurant. Yeah, it's really good, but you wouldn't think it is. It's like in this like a little corner and stuff like that. Like one of those.
That's the restaurant that he was talking about, though. The one that's next to Indian place in the liquor store.
Yeah.
Is it?
Remember, like,
is it the same one?
I think so, because when I would walk out, there was a liquor store to the right.
Is it?
And there's like because we went
You're right about the liquor store. Yeah.
It's right there on Walnut.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
We
I think we like walked there.
Yeah, because Mari's Pizza and Pasta. I got a pizza there.
Yeah, the pizza's really good.
Yeah, because it's Mari's right there, and then the Indian place is next to it, and then the liquor store right next to that. Yeah, because that was when I went So no, I was staying until Tuesday, and I think Angelo went home like Sunday morning or something. He changed his flight and he left early, and so I was like, "Oh, fuck it!" And I just got a pizza, and I ate pizza for like 2 days. Just got a big old one,
Right,
breakfast,
big
lunch,
one.
and dinner.
You got
You know?
lunch and dinner for 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's all I did. Eat freaking pizza
Damn, so
because
you-
I didn't leave until late Tuesday afternoon.
That's like me. I didn't leave till what?
Yeah, you didn't leave till Tuesday because usually what I'll do for NAMM is I'll go the Wednesday before, so I'll come in early on the day of Wednesday and stuff, like basically when check-in time of the hotel is, and then go get the badge and do all the parties and stuff of Wednesday night and stuff, and then I leave Monday the day after NAMM and stuff because you can get a bunch of free shit at Sunday at NAMM.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like to have that little detox day. You know,
Dude, I
Um,
detox day.
on
It was more
Monday.
like I got wasted on Monday by myself in the hotel by myself.
I might like to
And
do
then
a Tuesday just to go like explore.
That's what I
Yeah.
want to do as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I think Mondays when I went to San Dimas and saw Dan and them. So I have
Nice.
a friend of mine that from Toronto that he had a car, so we're like, hey, if you're not doing anything, you want to go to San Dimas? He's like, heck yeah! So off we went,
Plus-
had lunch.
Plus, it's a
He
lot
drives-
cheaper to fly the next day because a lot of people are trying to fly out that same day
Mm-hmm.
on Monday and
Yeah.
Sunday night. So it's fucking expensive. That's why I had to wait an extra day because I was like, oh, it's only like $100.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
it.
next time don't wait to buy your tickets so late. Whatever you say.
Like I said, man, I do it on the day.
It all
Do it
worked
on
out.
the day.
Yeah.
I waited late to buy my tickets, but I ended up going early and leaving later. That was weird. For cheap, because I only spent like $300, I think, for round
Yeah,
trip.
I
Yeah.
really don't spend a lot when I go to NAMM. But it's because I'm also in California, so
Oh, I spent too much on that
a
fucking
flight
liquor.
round trip for me is $100.
That
Yeah.
fucking the
That's why
beer
you,
at the hotel.
that's why you got to hit the liquor store, man. You buying drinks there, I'll fucking soak your pocketbook.
We had to get some
I
other
learned that the hard way.
we had to get
Yeah.
some other things and stuff like that because you got liquor pretty easy, I think, and stuff. But we had to worry about some other extra funness stuff that's fun for California and Oregon now. Well, Oregon's been for a while too. Yeah.
Oregon's up for a while, yeah.
I had to
Well,
finish that.
how's it
fun
with the
almost.
new laws that have been passed up there?
I don't. Yeah, one of my best friends is a cop, and he's like, yeah, it won't change. It'll change a little bit, but not as much. It's what it basically did was it just made it not a felony, so
Mhm.
now it's a misdemeanor.
And you get a ticket.
Yeah, you get a ticket, or you can go to like
can
like
go to
almost
jail
like a
for a
rehab
couple
kind of a
days.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Instead of getting hauled to jail and having that on your record. So, the interesting one will be the mushroom law that passed. So we'll see how that
Yeah,
the therapeutic mushroom. So we'll see.
yeah, that was the main one. That one and stuff. I'm like, oh well.
So
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I know that in Colorado, it's legal over there, all around.
yeah. So we'll see.
That's where our buddy Mike Smith lives. Shout out to him. Once
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's gonna come out to one of our damn shows, or we're gonna reschedule his stuff or something.
Hopefully. But
Yeah.
so what gear do you rock in the bedroom compared to when you're like on live?
Well,
Yeah. What makes you feel like a rock star in your bedroom?
well, here we'll turn this way. So here's kind of my in the room rig.
Spotlight?
My little
Ooh.
Mesa 112 combo. I have a little EVH 5150 50 watt, the 606. Then I love these it's like an old unit from like 92.
Yeah.
But they
Oh,
just
so-
had the Digitech 2120. I have three of
Okay.
them. They're just rock solid.
Yeah, the 256 XL.
Yeah, they just all the sounds. I that's what I run live to.
Nice.
And so this is my Splinter throne rig, and then I have a 212 cab because
Nice.
I'm old and I don't like lifting 412s anymore. And then my Earth to Ashes rig is a Mark IV with the 212 cab, Mesa 212 cab. And then at home, for like recording and stuff, I have a Yamaha interface, and then I'm a big fan of Reaper.
Mhm.
It's just a great DAW.
Yep, I run Reaper too.
For $60, I mean,
Right.
you can't freaking beat it.
I thought it was free.
No, I don't think so. I think you get like a 30-day trial.
It's
Like,
it's an iffy thing because it's a
So-
30-day free trial that they don't exactly like make you turn off.
Oh,
But it's like, what's not worth it?
Yeah.
$6.
right, it's $60, and if that helps them make some more stuff, then do updates and all that. It's just constant updates.
Mhm.
So I use that, and I'm just like, even just started getting into just the video editing on Reaper,
Okay. Oh, nice.
which is
Yeah,
pretty
no,
easy too.
that's where like my Reaper won't get in, like can't get into the video editing and stuff for some reason. Every time I try to import a video into Reaper, it for some reason won't show up.
Interesting.
But I have
Alright.
Premiere, so I just use Premiere.
Yeah.
So.
And so that's kind of my home rig. If I got to do recording or make demos and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I know my on my list for next year is a new computer because my computer is freaking ancient old.
Mhm.
So it's still
So have you gotten
32-bit
into
Windows 7.
amp sims? Any
Huh?
amp sims? Have you gotten into
the
any
one
amp
that-
sims at all?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I run the Plini.
Oh, yep. I got the
Polina?
same one. Yeah,
Yeah, the Plini. I fucking love
Yeah.
that thing.
it's killer.
It is killer. And the fact that you have the
Neural DSP
cabinet.
Gargets.
Yeah, and the fact that you have a couple effects in there and the cabinet and the few different amps. I'd even taken where just run the 2120 in and then into the turn everything off except for the cabinet and the
Right.
the amp simulator, and you get a freaking killer tone that way too.
Nice.
So yeah, they make just good shit. I have a couple free ones in there, but I don't use those very often. Pliny does plenty, and it's not like I'm using it to record, full albums and stuff.
Right.
So it's mostly for demos, and like Earth to Ashes has 5 new tunes that we recorded, and so I did the solos at home just with the Pliny, and I figured that was, for the 30 seconds that you're soloing, plenty good.
Right.
You recorded recent songs?
Yeah. So
How was that process? Like
Crazy.
because everybody's quarantined and everything.
yeah. So, we had kind of mapped everything out and stuff, beginning of the year. And then, I think I went back in. Actually, I think the drums were actually done September of 2019.
Oh wow.
And then we kind of, went in and did guitars here and there when we can. We did, might have been September, October this year. Finally got around to do all the vocals. You're in there singing with the mask on,
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
which was kind of weird.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so, did like, I don't know, 3-4 days of vocals.
That's
and
just
then,
crazy. That muffles your sound, or
Yeah, a little bit. You couldn't really tell. I was really
Wait,
surprised. I mean,
they
you're
just gave
it like a
you're
little
singing,
hike,
'cause you're
though?
singing all out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those freaking microphones are so. I mean,
Yeah, when you're talking, it's a problem, but singing powerfully, I don't see.
Yeah,
this to be
and
a
I said,
problem.
and they're so
The
sensitive.
microphone was probably like a U87 or something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what he was using, but
some sort of good condenser.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's anything. Just if you breathe too hard, it comes over. Yeah. Yeah. So we got all that done, and then I said, and I was like, well, just as much as I'd love to bring my rig in and sit down, I just freaking cut all the solos here at home, and then I have a good friend of mine, Paul Clark, who plays in the he played in the Circus right now, like a prog band out of London.
Mhm.
So he does guest solo
Okay.
on there, and he was a guitar player for what the hell's that guy's name? Dave. Oh shit! I should know this. He was the violin player in King Crimson, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so Paul's his guitar player.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that will Dave Cross.
Okay.
So he's guitar player in Dave Cross's band. And then like I said he did a guest solo, and then my friend Eric Barnett from Points North is doing the guest solo on there too. They're out of the Bay Area.
Okay.
Eric Barnett and he's doing his. I tried to get Neely to do Neely Bosch to do solo. It just never didn't work out this time. So maybe next album, maybe her or Gretchen, or Daniele do one.
Okay.
It'd be kind of nice. So hopefully that'll be they're in the mix. So hopefully, March-ish, that'll all be done.
Sweet.
Ready for release, So not just coming up with video ideas, and he'll record a video or two to go along. And then Splintered Throne has 8 songs that are in pre-production, so they're all mapped out. And I'm just rehearsing them, getting them tight. Which will be interesting since we can't all be in the same room together. So,
right.
It's definitely changing the way we do things. That's for sure.
Right. It's no longer everyone being in a live room unless you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It.
So it really changes kind of the way you work. And it just because a lot of the writing process is just being in the room. Hey, check this out. Oh, that sounds cool. How about this? Oh, how would we change this note? And you're constantly bouncing ideas off each other. And
right.
Now
it's more like this, where it's like, all right, listen to this. All right, there's major.
Listen to that, yeah. Okay, yeah. So now if you want to change it, now you go in and DAW and you freaking like, hey, how about this? And you send it around, and everybody thinks about it, and then that's a whole different process. Different process, but it is what it is. So.
Right, it's and that's kind of like how I was like saying, like with how like getting through this pandemic and stuff like that. How do you see with like music and stuff like that? I guess with the recording stuff, you're kind of in this realm of working of how to do it in 2020. How do you see it moving forward too?
Yeah, and I think that at least for the next year, this is where we're at. It's just going to be a lot of online stuff. You see just the people just doing streaming concerts. I mean, Andy Timmons does one like every week. He streams a concert.
Yeah.
I think Trivium. They went and bought that airplane hangar and just outfitted it all out just to do live streams. So
yeah, I remember,
that's just where it's going to be.
Yeah, Suicide Silence also like rented a rehearsal studio and stuff like that, and then spent 2 months there, and then they did like a geographical tour and stuff like that for online, which is actually pretty cool. Like,
so that I think that's probably. I mean, I know we've talked about it just because we have in our rehearsal space. It's like, okay, so what do we need to do to get it set up so when the songs are tight, we can actually do a live stream, or do we go to another venue and stream it from there? So it's just going to be, we'll see.
I think that right there with depending on what the venue is and stuff like that, I think that could also depend on who has the better gear a little bit and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would love to stream from my place with a full band, but I don't got that. But I could go to my work and do that all day. We have the Midas R32. So,
well, there is that program that people that are in quarantine have been using, that Jam Kazam program, that you could just do it from home and it's got no latency. And I don't know how good of a computer you might need to have, but
you have to have a good computer.
Yeah, but I would think there's. I mean, I don't know how you would get around the latency.
I mean,
there's a little latency. It's not like.
They've got examples they've got examples on their website or on their website on their YouTube.
Too. They're at NAMM. They're one of the bigger booths at NAMM too.
Huh.
And like literally it's right, like you're right in the fucking room. Like everybody's just jamming along.
Yeah, that would just be
I don't
weird.
understand.
Because I know I
There's
even
like
had
another
on mine.
program too, but I can't
Yeah, 'cause
remember
I know
what
even
it
just
was
with my
my friends.
recording stuff, if the latency is even
Yeah, I at least have an like a
just
82 millisecond latency already on my guitar if I'm playing it just through amp sims.
yeah, and you
Yeah,
feel it.
Yeah.
I got to look up a video and like do more research on it. But I mean, I've tried it and it sounded fucking great. That was in 2002, not 2002, 2012, 2013. So,
It was like 2002.
2002,
Damn.
yeah, 2012, 2013. But I
We even
definitely
had
haven't
the
tried it with my
implements.
new system now. What's up?
Yeah. But and it's curious too is like how much how how much will bands fill in with the live streams
Right.
in between tours too.
Right. Well, I know like Trivium, literally, they do every day over there on Twitch just by themselves, just playing. Each one of them will take an hour in the day and stuff, and they all play separately from home, because they can't all be together at once
Right.
every day. So, but they'll play, you got Matt playing guitar and singing, and Matt has also been getting in such a big Twitch gaming realm too, so he's been moving on into also like the social media side and stuff of getting into knowing, okay, what's the next thing for the kids also, because he's got two
Right.
twins and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
then you got Paolo, Corey, and Alex, who they all for just an hour a day they sit there and just play trivia music, metal music, and rock music and stuff like that over on Twitch and just jam to it.
Yeah. So so it'll be interesting. If you have a tour, do you do some of that live streaming like for a couple months leading up to it? Just to kind of get everybody like, okay, so here's some of the stuff we're gonna be doing and da 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 da. Do you just fill it in like, okay, so we toured for this 4 months or 5 months, and then we're gonna take a couple months off and then do a little bit live streaming and before we go back out
Right.
again. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I feel like that also depends on the band. I feel like Trivium will do that just because Matt has those two twins and stuff that are they're about like a year old now. So I'm just huge fans of Trivium, but I'm friends with Corey and Alex now, so
No.
You know this shit.
Yeah. So we'll see. Us little bands will probably still just hit the clubs.
yeah,
As soon as they let
that's
us,
the
as soon as
thing.
they let us go.
I feel like maybe you'll get 1,000-person venue club and stuff. I think that and below probably is gonna still thrive. Not like thrive, like they're not gonna be like before, but they're gonna do at least survive and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, dude.
depends on the area I think you live in, because it's like the issue I have here and stuff in California is we can't have anything open right now.
Right.
Stuff minus retail stores and grocery stores.
You fall
So
over.
until you fall under such a certain category and stuff in your county. So
Yeah. That's how we are.
yeah, so it's just one of those things. But when you don't fall into those counties, it was a thing of like our venue opened up the bar thing again, but they didn't feel comfortable doing the shows again because we also had to put tables on our stage and stuff to make it proper for the 6 foot away from everybody.
Yeah.
So they and then they do have like I've been trying to tell them like, hey, you have a large outdoor patio, like we can do an outdoor show. We're getting into winter now. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
now makes sense because it's
Yeah.
gonna be raining, snowing, and stuff like that. But when it was summer, I was like, we were back open, I was like, we could be doing outdoor shows like they're doing right across the street and right up the street. Like,
Yeah, we have
our
a
own
few venues that are doing that.
yeah,
just
like you just
limit it in.
Yeah, you just limit the little people in because they were all little tables anyway. They were already limiting people in there and stuff. And you had to be at one of the tables. So you just just take out one table, put a little band with like a little one PA speaker maybe and stuff, their monitor system, and you're good. Like,
Yeah, we even have one venue where they have the outdoor space, and then they put up a bunch of TV monitors, and so the band plays inside the venue, and all the people are are outside, and you just watch the stream basically.
That's smart.
Yeah, So see how
That's a good idea.
that goes. You know, it's cold as hell up here right now, though. But
Yeah, no, it's as soon as it hits nighttime here, it's just boom. It's almost 30 degrees or below freezing.
yeah, yeah, that's how it is up here.
Well, Texas over here just doesn't give a shit because everything's still open. There's still people playing down here. Wrestling's open. Bars are open. Restaurants are open. You know, it's just like they did limit a little bit, but then they just kind of open it back up again.
That's nuts.
And yeah, and shit's on the rise still over here. I'm just
See, we got open, then we got re-shut down.
and I'm just like, dude, I'm just streaming by myself, secluded. I'm good. Like, I've been doing this forever since before COVID, so nothing's changed for me. I'm all right.
It's kind of true. I feel that though. Like I did pretty much something different a year ago.
Yeah. The only thing that's different is
But
like we just made more friends.
I wanted to get back into touring more and stuff like that. So it was like right when I was getting into my live sound gig and stuff like that, working with local bands and starting to get into my way of the local scene. Everything gets shut down. I'm like,
yeah.
And now, like, none of the local bands are talking to each other right now. It's weird in my area. That's what I've noticed, too. It's local bands aren't really talking to each other right now.
No, not too much. I mean, just, you know, I mean, I know up here we kind of keep in contact, but we know that there's nothing we can do. So, you know, everybody just kind of seems to be in writing mode, you know.
No, that's exactly how it is here. It's like if we do see them out and about, we all are talking and stuff like that, but it's... Every time, like, I've talked to, like, one of my guys that we've wanted to create, like, a blues rock band and stuff. But it's just every time we, like, see each other, every time after we see each other, it always gets shut down. So we're just like, oh, well.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. Well, 2020 not 2020, coronavirus can just go fucking...
Well, I mean, 2020 can. I mean, have you guys heard the Steel Panther song and stuff? F2020.
No. That's just one of those bands I just cannot get into.
Really?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I'm not that I'm not into them. It's not that I'm not into them or into them. It's just more like I just can't get into it.
I don't know. I mean, Satchel, he's a hell of a guitar player. The guy he's incredible. But I don't know. It's the stickiness, you know. Like I'm not a big Kiss fan. Kiss they bore me to tears. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. The gimmick and I have a couple of good friends that are just like, oh my god, they're so hilarious. I'm like, I can't do it. You know, it's like bad dad humor.
I'm one of your friends and stuff like that. It's like I'm a fan and stuff. I've been able to see him live a couple times but it's just also and then meeting Satchel. He's a funny dude and stuff, and he's really, like you say, he's an amazing guitar player.
He's a great guitarist, yeah.
And that's like one of like my main things of the band. It's like I just love Satchel's guitar playing. So when I listen to it, that's why I'm really listening to. But their song, "Fuck 2020," it's just a song. It's like that's yeah, it's just one of them. It's just like that's right.
But I know what you mean. I can't really get into gimmicky bands. Sometimes I can. Like it's rare when I can. But there's some bands that I'm just like, I see why a lot of people like them.
Yeah,
like there's that like Ned Flanders band,
so like kind of
whatever.
You're talking
and
about
I'm just like, yeah, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Bro. But their music's like so different from what they are actually. Like you listen to them, it's like wait,
metalcore.
Yeah.
To me, it's like metalcore. But I mean,
I don't know.
I can see the gimmick. I can see why the gimmick goes far with the band.
Yeah, but it just reminds me of this old Cheech and Chong skit where they're talking about like everybody's got to have a stick, man, or everybody's got
to be the same, but different, you know.
So what about
Peter Frampton's got his hair, you know, and it's just like
he goes, come on, man, these costumes are lame, man.
Exactly.
Come on, it's hip, it's cool, it's whoop.
So I'm guessing you guys aren't fans of Gwar then.
See, that's what I said. Well, to me, like I said, it's got to be a really good gimmick, or a really. It takes a while for me to get the gimmick. So, what it is with Gore for me is that
Gwar.
I listen to their music before I realized that they were doing that shit on the stage. Like I heard their music before I realized. So like I just thought that they were just a regular thrash band. And then like I saw the fucking shit and they're like, dude, they really dress like this. I was like, no fucking way. No fucking way, dude. This is just a gimmick, dude. So like that was one gimmick that I couldn't really get into, but I just like the band, the music. But yeah, whatever. I mean, the gimmick still got over with me because I like horror flicks. But I mean, what do you think, Matt?
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Got you.
No.
What is a good gimmick that got over on you? Like what's it like? Alice Cooper doing his shock stuff?
No.
See, a lot of people didn't like that either.
No.
You just like the realism.
I just
maybe Iron.
I'm trying to think if there's like
Iron Maiden with their Eddie guy.
Yeah,
maybe. But
yeah, I guess you could kind of.
That was more of a little bit different than a gimmick. That's more of a lore. Yeah, it's more of a lore than a gimmick.
Yeah,
because the band,
like the whole band dressing up, they're just kind of like,
Yeah, well, so Motley Crue.
I was a Crue fan probably up till up till Dr. Feelgood.
Oh,
probably. I mean, that was like they were the first.
Or after
they were the first.
So you like Dr. Feelgood or didn't?
Yeah. I think that's one of their better albums, actually.
Okay. So, well, yeah, because after that, what, Theater of Pain?
No, it was Theater of Pain was before that, I think.
Okay.
But that was actually the first concert I ever went to with like just me and my friends, no parental units.
Okay. Yes.
Was Kiss and Motley Crue at the San Francisco Civic.
I was about to say another gimmick right there. You
that's great. That's a great thing to leave your parents leave you to.
Yeah, so it was I want to say probably 84 because it was. I don't even think Shout at the Devil if it had come out, it had just
probably
come out.
You probably would be at Looks at Kill.
But I think it was still. What was the album before that? Leather.
It's the Looks That Kill.
No, that was on Shout at the Devil.
Was it?
Yeah. It'll pop into my head. I got too much information in my head. But anyway, it was the Creatures of the Night tour. I know what album you're talking about. Yeah. It was a Creatures of the Night tour for Kiss, with Vinnie Vincent on guitar.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, so I said, Crue was big in high school. We pretty much wore out that Shout at the Devil cassette. Every day at lunch it was Red Hot on in the cassette. As we left the parking lot. Too Fast for Love.
That came out in 81.
Okay.
But Shout at the Devil came out in 83. So
it was 83. So I guess was the Shout at the Devil tour. Okay.
Because it's just the black album with the
the pentagram on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Shout at the Devil then.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Because they made him take off the pentagram because
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why it's now like their black album.
Okay. Yeah, mine had the pentagram.
You got one of the good ones.
So that was, but yeah, I guess them. I mean, they dressed up, but I don't think they were as gimmicky. I'm trying to think if there are any other bands that were kind of dressed up like that I was really into, and I can't think of any.
Yeah, they were like dressed up as in of like Kiss, like they were dressed like that was their like.
That was that, but that was that LA kind of glam,
Yeah, it was the glam stuff. It was they just wanted to put on more of just like all right, spandex tights, the leotard kind of thing.
Yeah, and a little bit of makeup, and some rouge.
Yeah, just to pop everything.
Yeah. But it was just that LA scene at that time.
Yeah.
But right, I mean, at that time, I was
way more into and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Iron Maiden in '82. I've been a big Maiden fan ever since. Scorpions were '82. Big Scorpions fan.
Okay.
But I mean, I didn't really play rock or listen to rock until like 1980.
Okay.
I was more of a funk, soul, R&B kind of guy. So a lot of funk, the stuff that I like to listen to, still do.
Right on.
But I had a friend of mine that played guitar, and he had Back in Black, the Back in Black album. And he's like, I'm trying to learn these songs. I can't learn these songs. And, come over and teach me, see if you can learn how these songs,
Yeah.
And so I went over to his house and was like, okay, listen to it. And you're like, oh, okay, these are just open chords, So go through and taught him how to play. And he's like, man, I've been trying to play this forever. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, So then I started playing more rock stuff. And,
Nice. So I see you're wearing a Dream Theater shirt there.
Yeah, they're one of my faves.
Nice.
I
You've
like
been
my
able
prog
to see
stuff.
Dream Theater?
Yes, I saw them. I got lucky when they were doing that tour with Maiden, when they were doing the opening, right? So they had a date on like a Thursday or something in San Francisco, and then they were playing like 2 days later at an amphitheater up here at White River, and I'm like,
nice.
That'd be a good stopover date if they could stop in Portland. That'd be really cool. So I just kept track of them, and and they were like, okay, we're going to play Portland, just us. I was like, yes. And I want to say that was on, I don't think which one, Octavarium maybe, that tour. But it was really cool because they played this little 1,200 seat, actually it's like 2,000 seat theater here in town. But they had like no stage stuff, no lights, no nothing. It was just them and their instruments.
Okay.
And they played for like 2.5 hours, something like that. It was fabulous because there was no distractions. It was just them and the music, man. It was so cool.
Well, I like
and then
the
I've seen them
distractions because I had to work for them technically, but I was working for Live Nation at the time, so I told them like, hey, I'm a fan of Dream. Like there was 2 bands out of the 3 years that I worked there, and I told them like, hey, this is there was a 3rd band, but they let me work the morning maintenance shift, and I actually almost walked into Metallica eating dinner and stuff in the lunchroom and stuff when I was when I was leaving and stuff. But it was Dream Theater and Korn and stuff. I was like, hey, these, because I worked at the Masonic in San Francisco.
Oh, okay,
So it's usually they would have like the nicer shows and stuff like that. They didn't have more of the metal shows. So when they did and stuff,
Right. You're like, I volunteer.
I was like, hey, put me in and stuff. Like for Korn, I was there at the pit and stuff. We had to break up. Me and 3 other people had to break up a fight between my supervisor and a person that dragged him into the middle of the pit trying to fight him.
Nice.
But Drew Theater was one of the other ones. I told him like, hey, I want to be able to watch this. So they put me in the balcony for the whole show.
Yeah, so it was cool. So I know we saw him down in Salem at a theater, and then when The Astonishing came out, one of the promoters that we worked with, actually he got bought out by Live Nation.
Okay, yeah.
But I called him and said, hey, if you just said thanks for bringing Dream Theater town. They're like my favorite band, blah blah blah. Because you always gotta keep those contacts. And if you have any shows you want us to be on, that kind of thing. And so he said he was like, all right, well, if you want, well, the tickets go on sale, in a couple weeks, but I'll put you in touch with the ticket agency. You guys can pick your tickets now. And then he goes, how many tickets are you going to want? I was like, I don't know, like 6, 8, something like that. Let's get a bunch of people to go. He goes, all right, we do that. And then I go, well, can we buy tickets for that show and the Seattle show? And he goes, if you buy tickets for this show, I'll throw in 4 tickets for the Seattle show. And so that was cool. And so we got to see them like back-to-back nights. So I saw them here in Portland. Then me and my drummer drove up, and I met a couple of my friends from Seattle who went to the show the next night. It's my drummer's birthday, so he was like all pumped.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so it was cool. And then we saw them after that. I'm trying to think where. Oh, then I wanted to see them on this last tour, but they didn't come up here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're playing my favorite, you know, Scenes from Memories, my favorite album.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the closest they got was either San Francisco or Reno.
When was that?
That was it was like last summer, not this past summer, but summer of 2019. And then they went to Europe, and I was hoping that they would come back and do it again.
I'm sorry,
but
I believe that's the show that I got put in a balcony for the whole time.
yeah, I was bummed. Man.
Yeah,
So now I'll have to buy the.
Wait, no,
have to
summer
buy the
of last
DVD.
year. Wait, no, if it was summer of last year, no, I was already up here. Yeah, I was already up here. No, I was supposed to work for. That was the second time I was supposed to work for. I was supposed to work for Dream Theater twice, and stuff, and I had to move back up here, family stuff.
Yeah.
X stuff. Well, it's life. It's life because now I live up by Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Satch.
Oh.
So so Dream Theater, yeah, I've never seen them. I bet that they're a fucking one of those
It was
bands.
cool. Yeah. There's always a cool show.
Them and like I think they did come through here maybe with Opeth at one time, and that was just like one of those.
Yeah,
One of those shows.
The last time I remember Opeth coming through, there was like Opeth was playing the same night as Andy Timmons, and it was like you know, and then I'm looking like, okay, so what time does this? You know, what time's Opeth go on? What time's Andy go on? You know, trying to figure out, can I do both? Yeah, and I ended up going to see Timmons.
There was this one day where this band Vela Maya was coming through, and I was homies with them, but Evan Brewer was doing his solo project from Animals as Leaders, and he was in Animosity for a while, and he's an amazing bass player, and he had Alex Rudner on drums.
Oh, on drums, yeah, that guy.
I was like, Jesus!
Beast.
I was like, I gotta go to. I was like, sorry, Vale, I gotta go to see Evan. But it ends up that fucking I'm filming Evan and Alex on stage, and all of a sudden Mark comes next to me from Vale, goes, "What's up, dude?" And I was like, "Oh, you couldn't fucking keep away too." So he fucking left his own fucking show to fucking come see Evan, and then he was like, "I gotta go
left
back."
after we were done, man. He could have seen us and left too.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did I see? I might have seen Vale. I know I went with I took my kids to a show.
Vale Maya?
Yeah, it might have been them. I don't know. It was a big bill. It's like Paris and Sleeping with Sirens and someone else.
But I feel like Veil Maya might have opened up too.
Or it might have been Veil Brides or whatever.
No, it wasn't Black Veil Bride. No, it wasn't that. It was like a multi-word name band. But
Pierce the Veil.
Pierce the Veil. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Pierce the
probably
Veil, Paris.
I'm trying to think what would go well in that
makes
category.
more
Sense.
Yeah,
it makes more sense than Veil Maya.
Yeah. But it just also depends on when you go. Because, I mean, like, almost nowadays and stuff, you can get Sleeping with Sirens with Veil Maya and then some other weird band.
Yeah.
So I've seen some weird bands play with, like, Suicide Silence and stuff. This last time, one of the last times I saw them play, they played with this band called Plague Vendor. And they're more of, like, a, like, rockish...
vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely not deathcore.
Yeah, it's like those old shows when you have like Linda Ronstadt opening up for Kiss.
Yeah.
Hey, George Lucas would have been there.
So
that's George Lucas's wife.
Linda Ronstadt?
Yeah.
Huh, I had no idea.
He married her they have kids together and everything up until like 20 years ago they got a divorce, and then he married this other new girl.
Yeah, he's not hurting for cash.
This is George Lucas.
He was on.
Not
Maybe I
hurt.
should have made those 3 Star Wars movies instead.
Not hurting for cash.
Hey, he still's got his name somewhere in there. He's still got a stake in that shit.
I predict he's going to come back for one more episode of Mandalorian. He's going to direct something Star Wars-ish. I predict it already. I feel it. He's gonna have Matt's band on there too, dude. Would it be crazy if they get you to fucking play at one of those like Jawa bands or something, or like a, you know what I'm saying, in the background?
I would do it.
I would do it.
Yeah,
RV.
yeah.
And they do like use like one of like a part of your song because they did that with that one band. Fuck.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings, that's for sure.
Right?
It would definitely be like a
Who's got the
crazy
hookups?
Yeah,
Right.
that's royalty checks for the rest of my life right there.
thing. That'd be the
Who's got the
shit.
hookups to Skywalker sound? Oh wait, I think that might
Yeah,
be me.
it's all Disney now.
Oh yeah.
Not their sound.
Their sound is
For,
still Skywalker. Huh?
Yeah, their sound is still Skywalker sound.
Because they hire
That's-
outside of third party, so they're a third party company.
Huh.
Yeah, it's the one thing. Well, that was like the one thing when George Lucas signed over Star Wars. I don't know if when it comes to like Mandalorian and all the stuff that's coming out on Disney Plus, the smaller stuff, but at least when it came out with the 3 next generation movies and stuff that came out and stuff, they were all still done with Skywalker sound and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lucas.
It's kind of like how
Ranch,
George could still get his stuff, you know, still got
Yeah.
his royalties.
he's still making. I heard that he still makes movies and he just never shows them to people. So, he's definitely not hurting for money if he's making movies.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He's got. He's probably got.
So we'll probably go for about another 10 more minutes and stuff like that, and we'll
Okay.
probably
All right.
just hang out and
Well,
stuff like that.
Yeah. So anything else you guys want to know?
Yeah, dude.
there any more
Everything else.
questions?
Was-
Any questions from the chat? Anybody else
I mean,
that's still left out?
when did you
out
lose
there?
your virginity? No, I'm playing.
11.
Oh God, yeah. Well, there's that question. Woo. No. When did you was drinking ever a factor when you like started like playing in bands and everything? Did you like start getting into stuff like that?
No,
It definitely swayed my mind after
No,
after years of.
Yeah, a different thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Luckily, I guess, is I don't have that addictive personality.
Mhm.
So I mean, I like a nice drink. I can, but
Yeah.
I don't really like being
I mean,
drunk.
we had a drink. Yeah, we had a drink
Yeah.
or two.
Yeah. I can take a glass like this and nurse it for a couple hours. It's no big deal.
Mhm.
But and I was, did like smoke pot when I was in high school, but never really, it wasn't my thing. Yeah,
Mm,
kind of a nerd that way, I guess. Square.
no.
Square.
Nah, dude, I mean, we
Don't worry about
I mean,
But yeah, I mean, we do, we before our set, we like to, a nice beer, shot of Jaeger, kind of get you going.
Shot
yeah.
Jaeger. Woof.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, actually, you know what? Speaking of Jaeger, so you guys have to check it out. My wife and I, this is like the 4th year where we call it New Year's Around the World. And so we do like little 2-3 minute videos where we do a shot when certain countries come in for New Year's Eve, because New Year's Eve is our anniversary. And so we're trying to think of something cool to do. So I think the first year we did, I don't know, like 20
really
or
cool.
22 different time zones as they came in, took a shot, we did 30 something
So
the second
spread
year.
out too. Yeah.
Well, what I didn't know was that there's more than 24 time zones. There's like 36 or 38, something like that, time zones.
Jeez.
So there's like weird ones, like do you guys ever heard of Chris Feener, guitar player?
Yeah.
Nope.
Canadian guy.
Yeah.
So he lives up in St. John's in Newfoundland. So they come in on the half hour. And then like Nepal comes in on a 15-minute. They come in at 10-15 on the quarter hour.
Yeah.
And so there's like all these little extra ones that come in. But yeah, so that's our shot. Is we do Jaeger shots. So we're trying to figure out actually what we're going to do this year because I said we did the first year we did it, and then we had people like, hey, we're just waiting for your the next hour, okay, yeah. And then when we were done, people were like, okay, so what are you guys gonna do next year? And I was like, we weren't planning on doing it again, but okay. So then it was like, okay, well, let's try and do maybe the full 24 hours, stay up the full 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that.
Right.
And then last year we did where we had some friends that were in Budapest. So they called in. Had a friend of mine in New Zealand that I actually met through GMP because she has a GMP. And so she called in from New Zealand. We had another guy call in from Winnipeg. Some friends from California called in. We had some friends come over. And so now, like this year, we're trying to figure out, okay, so what are we going to do this year? We're not going to do, I'm definitely not going to try and do 32 freaking shots again in 24 hours.
Are you going to do live stream it?
No, we just record it and then post the video,
Oh, okay.
And then I took those first 3 years and I just put all the videos into each year, combined all the little videos into one video. And that's like on YouTube and on my Facebook and whatnot.
I would almost like try to find like a drink from every place and stuff like that. It'd be a little expensive.
See, that's a good
That's
idea.
what I was gonna say too. A beer around the world.
Yeah, instead of like, but you cut your time down a little bit.
Yeah,
and stuff
we're gonna
like
cut
that
it down
due
a
to
little
different
bit,
time zones. But then you can have like beers and stuff like that. Get the tall cans, and then you're nursing them for a little bit longer. You can have that for the hour.
Yeah,
and stuff
we
instead
thought
of
about
just a
that.
shot.
And, like maybe the music, maybe different kinds of foods from different places. So
There's another good one.
Yeah, that's this week will be kind of figuring out what we're going to do.
That sounds fun though.
It is a lot of fun, and it was surprising. It's one of those things where it's surprising that just the response, and people, that I wouldn't think would give a rat's ass about be freaking taking a shot. We're like we try and be funny, but people are just like kind of into it, so it's kind of cool. It's similar to like even like on the band side where you put out a song and next you're getting some guy from freaking Lithuania like, dude, I like your stuff. I want to buy a shirt. And you're like, how the hell did you even find? I can't get. I only get 50 people at my local shows, but yet I got 400 people in Germany that freaking like our shit. So. How do you even find it? And like,
right.
I know Earth to Ashes is on like, what is that? Metalum Encyclopedia or Encyclopedia Metalum, whatever it is.
Metal Encyclopedia.
Yeah. And so there was like a guy in Colombia that set the page up for us. He did it. And then when we put out the second CD, some guy in Mexico updated it. And I'm like, so I sent them emails. I'm like, hey dude, send me your address. I'll send you some shit. I'll send you some shirts and stuff just to say thanks.
That's awesome.
But it's like how in the fuck did these people even find? It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah, with the whole internet age, you're all over the world now if you're open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't matter now.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that'll be something I will be doing here in the next week.
That
should be fun. Yeah.
So we'll be going for about another minute. Is there any last words everybody gotta say and stuff, Matt?
Well, just basically it's Earth to Ashes, earthtoashes.com. 3-piece hard rock, little progressive stuff in there. Facebook,
I believe I got
Instagram, blah blah blah.
Channels down in my description. I believe is what I have.
And then there's and then Splintered Throne, it's the same thing. That's a 5-piece power metal. And then and there's Instagram and the website and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. You can hit me up personally on Facebook or IG. It's just Matt Dorado.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always willing to happy to talk to people. So
and check it out. It's some good music. It's some good music. I listened to it. I've showed my family, and they're like, "Oh, this is really good."
Oh, cool.
So my family's into metal, so they're just like, "Oh,
nice."
Like my mom loves all types of metal, so she was like, "Oh, this is really good."
Oh, cool.
Very good.
Props to moms.
Right.
Props to moms across the nation. MILFs.
Yeah. So cool.
Well, all right, guys. Well, thank you all,
All right,
for
guys.
coming on by and stuff like that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday evening, afternoon, morning, wherever it might be for you guys around the world. We're going to get on out of here. Are you guys ready?
Mm.
Are you guys ready?